How's it going?
Pretty good, thanks, man.
Been okay. Been busy.
Oh, yeah.
Basketball.
Nice.
Coaching basketball.
Yo, Ben.
Hello.
There's Ben. Hey, buddy.
Shit, you looking arch, Holmes. Tight. Like a dog.
Hey, there he is.
Yeah. Remember, I'm old. These fucking things take a long time.
Hack it, Ben, with your hacking skills.
Yeah, I hack. I
Hack
don't
and
want
chop.
that new shit.
Slash and crash and bash.
It's been an interesting week. Like they had the hovercraft was out the
Neat.
last couple of days, and
That's fun.
ship broke down. So there's a container ship, and another ship broke down. The one ship to another ship. Yeah, there's lots of stuff going on.
Anyway, there's this podcast called Dungeons and Daddies. Yeah,
It's
I
basically
couldn't
us.
get into that one.
yeah. Ian and I talked about it. That's my
Cool.
random anecdote for the night.
There's not a single D&D podcast that I care to watch. Is it because I'm a jerk? They all just seem so cringily lame to me. Are ours lame? Are we lame? Jen says yes.
Yeah, maybe the
Yeah,
other people probably.
yeah. They're all kind of lame.
I'm guessing yes.
Are we lame? Jen
I'm
says
definitely
no.
My wife,
lame.
yes.
I'm definitely
Yeah,
lame
but
for sure.
Ah,
I've been
damn.
listening. I did not think this through, and I'm fucked.
Polymorphed it. Nice.
He polymorphed it into a dolphin.
Could be a flying dolphin. That seems pretty ominous.
Gosh, do you have to save to not become a dolphin? How do you save against polymorph?
Fuck.
Now that Heather's finished work and she's done calling people dumb cunts and motherfuckers, fucking Air Canada. I don't have an alarm to wake me up. I just have curse words.
I can't help it. I have Tourette's.
Ben, what are you drinking?
I have some 14-year Balvenie here. It's very good. It's delicious.
Anyhow, here we go. Isfahan, hunkered behind the easy landing, you scent the air of Publica, perceiving ill omens upon the heavy, cold air sweeping in from the west. Keenan, having clinked glasses with Bjorn the local drinker, you step outside to join your companion, and to see what he may have gleaned during his interview with the young lord of the house, Eric. Glib, we shall pick it up with you, taking cover underneath the deck on the eastern edge of the building.
Glib's going to go over to the door and poke his head in. Say, Bjorn, where'd they go?
As you poke your head around, your glowing amber-like eyes meet with Bjorn's. He pauses in his sip and stares directly at you, stricken.
Okay, I assume they've left.
You notice Bjorn raise a finger speechlessly and point.
You'll skittle across and hop over.
You hop over the railing directly into the lap of Isfahan.
Oh, there you are. Did you find anything out? Did you talk to the guy?
I dragged a young boy into the cellar.
You dragged the young boy into the cellar.
Did I come at a bad time?
I was just explaining to Glib how terribly the events unfolded inside of the Easy Landing, and
I
find
thought
us.
it was rather interesting.
It's about this time, party members, that you hear the western door of the Easy Landing slam again.
Keenan's just going to turn around.
There stands Eric, somewhat crazy-eyed.
He's just going to wave at him. How's your head?
The cleric? Is he still with you? Is he here?
He could be.
He comes out with his hands upraised.
Eric approaches you with his hands up, and in one of them is clutched the note that you left pinned to his chest, Isfahan. Is it true what you told me when you bemagicked me?
Indeed, and I apologize for that, Eric.
Then you'll kill the governor.
As long as there's money involved.
We went and then uncovered his plot and his obsession with this terrible god.
Eric displays some great surprise as you mention gods and his plot, and he interjects. Freebrush. He can be trusted. He may help you if I can explain the situation to him. Will you come with me?
Indeed, and you go first, young Eric, and you talk to him, please.
The party begins moving towards the general goods store. The town is as dead quiet as it was when you arrive. A superstitious sensation of dread hangs over, and the first cold drops of rain begin to slant down. The party convenes outside of the general goods store, and Eric knocks on the door. After a pause, Freebrush opens the door wide and beckons you in. He closes the door behind the party, and you guys sift through the general goods store. Your first time in this place, and it is a rather large curio shop. Its shelves bedecked in all manner of adventurers' goods. And Freebrush, leveling his gaze at you, Keenan, remarks, "Aye, I remember you. I steered you in these folks' direction. You ought to know you've not been the only one seeking them out. That she-bitch has been here today looking for you, asking questions.
Oh.
Now,
Ooh.
I ask you a question and you tell me straight. What are your bleeding intentions in Publica?"
Well, initially our intention was just to find out what was going on with the governor because we knew there were some things awry. And then strange creatures were in the forest. Found
Let me stop you right there, strange, small person. It was his she-bitchin himself sending the word that it was you responsible for these happenings. Well then, you explain to me. Who do you serve?
To be candid, mostly ourselves.
It sounds as if your town is in need of an assassin. If there's money involved, he'll die.
He will die.
Yeah, I'm on board with that.
Freebrush considers this. He nods appreciably. What is your rate, if I may be so forward?
Stan just looks at Keenan.
I didn't consider this. I didn't actually think he'd take me up on it. Shit. Oh, shit.
A quick huddle.
Isfahan, you seem
some things to
perfectly
consider.
complicit in this particular murder. Talking about sixing somebody. All right.
Looking around the shop, there might be something, that might be of value to us that, they might be more happy to part with.
Keenan's going to turn back around to Freebrush. 500 gold each, and you allow us to outfit ourselves using your arms and armament in this shop.
Freebrush considers. Do you remember Mr. Horse? No, it's not Mr. Horse. It's the Christmas yak. Remember him shaving? Ren and Stimpy?
Oh, yes.
He'd canoe through the sky, and then he'd shave and leave his shavings in your sink for you. You have to hear him considering his 5 o'clock shadow in the mirror. You have to hear the as Freebrush ponders your offer. And then he juts out his thick, heavily calloused hand and he says, "It seems an equitable arrangement." He's almost manic with murderous glee at the prospect of being rid of Finedelis, so much so that Eric looks uncomfortable from where he's been standing, considering all of this, maybe his stomach turning a little bit at the prospect of an actual murder being arranged. He says, "You mentioned the private army, that they abandoned Finedelis. What know you of them?"
Well, we first encountered them when we first went to the governor's to. He was in a find out more about professional goings on. And we approached the governor's mansion. We needed to know one of the reasons we came to. And here they murdered us because only by some quick things. Look what they did to my poor companion's face.
Isfahan, as Glib is speaking, Eric leans over to you. "Do you know who they are, or what became of them?" Glib, I'm imagining you still going on from the corner.
The little ghoul with the grenades, and he was throwing fire. And
Isfahan.
I believe he will eventually get there in his tirade, but if I wasn't mistaken, it was Balzac leading a small battalion.
Oh! His eyes light up when you say Balzac. "And where did they go, this heroic band of fighters?"
Heroic, you say?
"Aye, Balzac is a famed knight. I wish to join his band."
From my experience, Balzac and Finedelis were close. I will leave it at that.
That Balzac guy, he fucked off with all his guys. So he's gone.
Eric strides to the door and lets himself out into the Publica night, saying not another word. Well, we have a deal. How can I outfit ya? Freebrush pulls a notepad out of the smock that he's wearing, and he pulls a pencil from the thick, curly bush of hair sprouting from his head. He starts jotting down notes and taking figures. Very good, very good. Is there anything else I can do to equip your party for this dark deed? May it happen soon.
Keenan's gonna nod and dump out all the fencible goods onto the counter and say, "What would you give us for this?"
Freebrush looks at the pile, the sack of goods, and he says, "This is a significant deal, but if it's necessary to get your work done, I can make a special trip. I have a connection, you see, not far from here, but I will not be able to bring it to you until dawn. Is that acceptable?"
Keenan's gonna nod.
"Where shall I bring the goods?"
The farmhouse?
"Aye, the farmhouse. I believe I can find it. I will see you at dawn. You kill that bastard in his heart."
Keenan's gonna reach out and shake his hand and say, "We'll see you in the morning."
Seemingly, we are committed.
Glib, you lead the way out the door, and he latches it behind the party to leave them about their business as he goes about his business, procuring some particular gear. Cold, small droplets of rain slant down.
Maybe we should invite this little Eric fellow along. If he wants to be an adventurer and see how it really works, we can always poke our head into the easy landing and see if he's in there.
Excellent. Lightning crackles across the sky. Purple bolts jag. Thunder rumbles. The cold rain becomes heavier. And we will pause there, come back, and we will take it from there. Thanks a lot, guys.
Sounds good.
All right.
Bum, bum, bum. Oh, I should have fucking asked for a tent.
I don't need any sympathy. Don't believe everything you see. Tell me you've been deceiving me. Take these chains, baby, set me free. That's the sound. That's the sound of breaking hearts. Turn around, leave the rest of me. Walk away with the best of me. What's a fool? Don't it seem that way? Every dog has to have its day. That's the sound. That's the sound of breaking hearts.
Hi, Edgar. Oh.
All right, I've got about half a joint left here, guys, and then we'll get to it. Are there any other odds or sods you guys want to throw on that shopping list just while we're chatting here? I feel like this is your first visit to an actual general store ever.
It is.
So
Yeah. I was just looking at the explanation of equipment in the basic fantasy rulebook, and I was like, oh yeah, fuck, I should have thought of that. Oh yeah, fuck, should have thought of that.
the last general goods store you guys were in, fucking Razumith bitch slapped somebody to death and then kind of like sent the campaign into a downward spiral for you. All right. Okay, fellows. The rain begins to pick up force. It is now reaching saturating levels of power. A cold, cold rain. The lightning is becoming more frequent.
Keenan is gonna walk and he's going to get the horse and cart. Isfahan, why are you fondling that corpse?
Oh, and an ill act begets an ill act.
Shall we just poke our head in the easy landing to see if the youngster's there?
Glib and Isfahan, you detach yourselves and move through the doors. Your eyes fall upon Eric, who is hurriedly packing things from behind the bar. Oh, so you've chosen a course of action.
He's clearly been drinking.
Isran piping up says, well, young Eric, we're on our way out of town, but perhaps it would be beneficial to regain the company of the Honorable Knight Balzac to see what has become of him and his band.
You're going to meet with the Lord? That is my intention.
Would you care to rejoin us at our lodgings and we can have a little talk about it?
Your headquarters? And his eyes well up with tears, wonder alights upon his features. His cheeks go rosy red. Yes. That is, I will lend you my arm. When may I meet you? And where?
May I see your sword, young man?
Glib, we really should be perhaps just rejoining us in the morning is best.
Yes, I shall meet you. Remember, adventurers, that she-devil Clara, she has cast her eyes about. Mind your backs this evening, and we will have at those dastards come the morrow.
Shall we?
Indeed, Glib, I'm getting an ill feeling of this.
You step out, back into the elements. Keenan is just ahead and you jog to catch up to him and rendezvous with the cart, and the party continues westward, back towards their comfortable farmhouse headquarters.
I'm thinking short rest until morning, until Free Brush comes along.
Isfahan's just get this wet shit off, wring it out, and go to sleep. That's all he's thinking about.
All right. Glib's going to go to bed then.
Alright, so Keenan, you make your preparations, you settle yourself down. Isfahan snores loudly from the living room in the comfortable leather-upholstered chair in which he has settled himself, and Glib has taken the luxury farmer's bed in the bedroom.
Smallest guy, biggest sleeping thing.
Exactly.
It's also a dead man's bed. I mean, it was Orcus's, so.
You can start there.
Keenan, it's about 4 a.m. You sense an alien presence on the farmstead's property.
He's going to quietly knock on Glib's door, and he's going to sneak over towards Isfahan and nudge him awake.
And at this moment, the eastern door bursts open. Glib, you hear the central door of the cottage burst open. A party of men is assaulting the farmstead. Roll for initiative.
All right. Uh-oh.
Whoa,
It's not
uh-oh.
Isfahan, Keenan, you whirl, seeing one of the local thugs, the toughs, the fireman, in the doorway, and he's accompanied by a familiar-looking soldier, the deadly blade man you know from the forest and from the governor's manse, the man called Ashley Sisto. They stand threatening in the doorway, having just kicked it in. Relinquish your weapons! Surrender and you may not be harmed! Keenan, it is your turn.
Fire a shot at guy with the sword.
Yes, your arrow goes wide, perhaps more of a distracting arrow to keep him off balance. Glib, it's to you, man.
Stand beside the door, open it a crack with his crossbow out.
All right, you crack open the door, Glib. You see that the main door of the farmstead is open and two burly militiamen stand in it. Anything else?
Nope. Glib's going to hold his ground for the time being.
Did you you want to read the chat there, Pete?
Oh, yes.
I won't
Like
say it anymore.
You could ready a reaction if they like walk by, stab him in the throat or something. I don't know.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. Ready in action. Shoot them in the back as if they go by.
Ah, the old crossbow bolt in the shoulder blades trick. Yes, Glib, very good.
I've done it before.
All right, and Keenan, the turn is to you. Oh, wait, you've already
Oh, no,
fired.
it's-
Sorry,
yeah,
it's
it's
Isfahan.
Isfahan.
I got the bald guy mistaken for the beautifully haired guy.
I don't know how you did that.
I know, Isfahan, this whole time you're stoically buckling on your leather armor and grabbing your canavo. And Glib, I'll have you make an attack roll for these two men. They're charging in full speed.
Oh.
Beautiful. So, Glib, they tumble by you. You throw open the door and spin around the corner, launching the bolt. It penetrates through the man's back, out his chest. He falls to the ground without making a sound. He is dead, Glib. In the meantime, the other two men, Isfahan, they both make a play for you, attempting to grapple you.
Fuckers.
Yeah. These guys muckle on, and they're yelling and badgering you. They're saying, "Drop your damn arms, stranger!" The turn is to you, Keenan.
Hop up on the table, firing another arrow.
The man takes the arrow in the shoulder, and Glib, the turn is to you, having dispatched one man.
Good.
Crossbow.
Let's dispatch his companion.
The AC for these thugs is
Oh,
Oh,
Guess they're
nice.
just wearing peasant clothes.
Glib. Like,
Holy shit, man.
you
just-
roll out the door, you dispatch the first guy, he falls silently. Like the medieval John Wick, you reload a bolt so smoothly, minimal movement. Your follow-through shot nails the next guy. Keenan, Isfahan, you see this man tumble into the living room. And Glib, you perceive Isfahan in a mortal grapple with two men.
Can't do it.
Isfahan, you're in this manly tussle. They assail you with blows. Isfahan, you take 3 points of damage. Keenan, your arrow catches the man in the back of the neck. Isfahan, a splatter of blood hits your brand new cloak. Gurgling, he falls. And Glib, the turn is to you.
Glib is going to come around, sneak attack this other guy, stab him in the calf.
A modest wound.
This time, Eastbound's going to try to gain control of the grapple.
Beautiful, yeah. With a short headbutt and an elbow, you gain the momentum of the infighting. Sisto, disliking the turn of the fight, tries to disengage with you. You sense him shift his momentum, and you trip him deftly. You now have him down on the ground with your knee atop him. However, at this moment, the glass behind you shatters as another man blasts in, bodily smashing through the window, and you recognize him from when you climbed out of the body hole. It is the man who you let free.
Ah, fucker.
He brandishes his short sword. He's waving his short sword. He's got this, "Hey, Tarzan, you ready to go, Tarzan?" attitude about him. We're at the top of the turn order. Keenan, it's to you.
Keenan shifts and points directly at this guy and fires.
Awesome. So this guy smashes through the window, and he immediately eats an arrow in the sternum. You can see from the shock on his face, Keenan, that it went past his armor and struck home. And Glib, the turn is back to you.
Seeing this new threat, he's going to switch to crossbow and fire at this guy.
An instant later, he's now reeling from the two protruding bolts in his chest. Isfahan. Ashley Sisto grimaces up at you. He's saying, You bastards!
Isfahan, his rage overtakes him. He says, "You fucker!" And he's going to punch him in the face as hard as he can with the intention of smiting him in the face.
Oh my god.
With holy energy.
Oh shit. Make your attack roll with advantage, Isfahan.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That's amazing! Yes!
Isfahan, Ashley Sisto's face explodes under the impact of your fist, and much of the beautiful wood floor underneath his shattered skull as well. The honorable warrior, the skilled swordsman known as Ashley Sisto, is no more.
Isfahan
Oh,
just
Jesus.
stands up and turns to look at the other guy who came in
Okay,
and just holds his ground.
we're at the top of the turn order, and this man, meeting your gaze, Isfahan, clutches at his chest and meekly turns and more or less falls out of the shattered window from whence he entered, falling in a heap of broken glass as he hits the other side. And we'll put the pin in it there tonight, gentlemen. Yeah, that's it. Thanks a lot, guys. That was awesome. Great return to form. Thanks for accommodating the longer sesh.
That was good. That felt fucking good.
I'm so glad.
Oh, that was awesome. Awesome.
That
I think it was 'cause
caught
it was
me off
the
guard.
Man, Ashley Sisto.
Yes, just desserts. An honorable warrior, and hey, live by the sword, die by the god-infused exploding fist. That's how it goes.
Just a little piece of advice. Not next time.
When you got that 20 there, all I could picture was like Isfahan just like holding him by the scruff of his neck and then just white hot
Light,
flame.
just light, white light, and the inside of the farmhouse shaking, and just
Yeah,
this
that's what it's just
smoking, blood-filled crater left afterwards. Guys, yeah, a little better than your pool cue technique, I would say.
I'm so glad that's gone.
Oh, come on. I like the pool cue.
Every time he tried to use it, it failed miserably. He launched his
Well.
canard into the darkness.
You weren't here in the first campaign. In Saltzheim, it worked very well.
I was gonna say that was the salt time period of time.
Yeah.
If you were past that.
Yeah, next week for sure. Vin Diesel for everybody. And thanks. Love you guys. Wonderful. Happy Festivus. Great January. Good start. And kick ass, man. You guys fucking kick ass. Nice going tonight.
Good night. See you on the other side.